So really, in my opinion, yeah, you can find them out in the open here and there, but you're really tree hunting. So you're looking around, say, oh, there's a tree with some bark missing. That's probably been dead too long. Even this one looks like that missing a lot of bark up above, but looks like the main trunk system hasn't been too long. It's worth a shot. So, boy, the green stuff is growing tall this year thanks to the multiple rains. Got some grassy stuff going on here. Oh, that one's pretty waterlogged, but I think we can still harvest it. Oh, here's one down below it. Oh, let's see, on out away from the tree a little bit. There's one that's a little fresher. It's still yellow. So I better circle the wagon and see if there's any downhill where the water washed some spores downhill too. Yeah, shoot, that's just 4. 1, 2, yeah, just 4, but 4's better than nothing. Just a quick follow-up on that. I said there were 4, but then as I would pick one and move the grass a little bit, I've already cut them, but this grass was tall enough that I kept gently pushing it back in my hand and found 5 more besides the 4. So always stop, drop, and look, because you might be standing on one. That's all for this tree for now. I do need to check. I don't think this tree is an elm, and it's been dead for a while, but I did find a few under it last year toward the end of the season. I walked by it yesterday with a couple other guys, but we were kind of in a hurry because time was running out on us. But then it rained real good just a while ago, so who knows, maybe this one just now popped up. It looks awful fresh. So my basic plan is don't go stomping through there yet. So I backed up over here and set down my stick and my bag. And there we're going right beside the bag, way out here. I'm 12 feet away from the tree, so I look back up towards the tree, and there's another one. So I'm going to walk gently and circle the tree, see what else I can see. But I think I'll go ahead and pause the video at the moment. Well, who knows? I'll come around on the west side. Got a lot of briars and stuff on the west side. It's also the uphill side. Last year I checked this tree 4 or 5 times, and it wasn't until about things were over when a few came up. Now I'm not seeing any others, except these ones I don't even eat or know if they're even edible. All right, harvest time, because I'm finding a couple here and there. But here's smaller cottonwood where the top was snapped out of it. So I'm almost wondering if that's not what's going to find me. The ones I found here, I'll act like I'm coming upon them for the first time. So I'm walking towards the sycamore trees, keep an eye on my feet, and there's an obvious yellow one right out in the middle. So then stop, make sure I haven't stepped on any, look around behind me, and sure enough, here's a couple more that are kind of muddy, to where apparently when one, this low area here, this area is kind of low. So I circled the sycamore trees and didn't see anything over there. But as I come back over here, on the left is another yellow one. So now I'm thinking it might be the cottonwood tree. So I better circle the wagon on that. Whoa, there's one hiding behind a leaf right next door to the other one. That's why we say stop, drop, and look. But I dropped my stick and my bag back there. I'm going to just walk around the other side of this cottonwood, but I'm not seeing anything else immediately. So not much of a find, just 4 or 5, but they're fresh enough. I better come check in this neighborhood again. As I turn back over here closer to the sycamore trees, I saw a couple that I walked past a while ago. Now one of them is broken off already. I may have broke it off a while ago. And again, out ahead of me, this direction is kind of where the water would run if it had a 1-inch rain. So I'm going to check all the way out through there to see if any follow up. Those 2 trees up there are cottonwood. Here's 3 big sycamores. Came around this side of the sycamore and see this stump, which I'm thinking that's too far gone. And I don't know if it's because the spores washed, but I found 4 under it. And then I look down here, and that tree doesn't even look like anything I know what it is. Looks like an old hedge apple or something. But I thought, well, at least head that way, and just right here in this grassy area, not too far from that tree, 4 more big ones that maybe have washed where the spores have washed on down from somewhere else. Here's one of them. You can see how they're hiding down in the grass. There's the other one. So who knows? I'm still learning on this. So here's a tip with a caveat. If you see a dead tree and you look up high and you see that's got a broken out top hanging from another tree nearby, and even a 3rd piece still hanging too, that's a sure sign that there's maybe one under it, but I don't know. That was a little southern Indiana humor there. But let's look. I think I found a couple under this one last year. So, in fact, there's another dead elm tree behind it. So, yep, there's one. You got to find the tree first, I keep saying. Otherwise you're playing some long odds. Although one won't make a meal. All right, well, that's all I see at the moment. This tree, I would say, is too far gone. But I still check it because it was a big one and it's got a bigger root system that keeps on giving off a little bit of juice each year. Take that for what it's worth. Bye. Last year this tree had some, but it may just be because it was downstream or down drain from the cottonwood tree over there. But both of these, I'm not familiar with the bark. I looked it up last year. But now here we are later in the season. I just making one last pass and I see something sticking up. Yeah, that one's been up a while. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, it's been up a while too. I walked past here the other day, I thought, but I must have missed a few. There's another one right beside it. Boy, those are really trying to get up to the sun. But you can see by the way the cones are spread out that they're over the hill, but they're still good. That's all. Oh, there's a little one over there. I'm gonna circle the tree, try not to step on anything. Might be some on the other side of the tree. No, I don't see any others at the moment. That's the one I just showed. Oh, there's one underneath that log there. It's a little fresher. So this is a kind of a depression here. I don't know if the spores washed down through here till they stuck or what. This is the same kind of tree, and I was just around it the other day, but it's just now coming on with some. That was pretty fresh. You can see that it's bigger than some of the other ones we were finding. Earlier this season, they were around this cottonwood. Oh, just little ones all over the place. And I picked the last of those last Saturday, and I don't see anything new since then. So I'll hang up for now. That's more on the adventures of 2020. Those two trees here have about 4 or 5 big yellow ones. So this tree's been pretty good to us for the last couple weeks. Not a lot, just 4 or 5. Come back a few days later, 4 or 5 more. So big cottonwood branch. I didn't think to look on the other side of it the other day, but I just kind of came over here and bent down and looked real quick, and there was one. There's one I missed even. Dirty little scoundrel. Oh, there's a pretty little cluster of 4. I don't know if the camera can see it or not. Let me come up over this branch. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4 in one spot underneath all this brush. So this is getting more shade, less rain maybe. Oh, there's another one way on over there, right next to this one. Wow, this has been pretty fun. I better slow down and see what I can pick. Bye for now. I've been eyeballing this elm tree all for the last 4 weeks. My granddaughters and I started a week or 2 early just to get in the woods. So here we go. May not have a bunch, but surely there is one under it by now. I gotta switch hands with the camera. Yeah, I don't see anything. No. Surely there's more than just that one. Circle the wagon, don't get too close. Just one? Oh, come on. Well, usually after I put my camera down and start picking, I'll find 2 or 3 more. So we'll see if that happens. Cottonwood died a long time ago, but every year I check it. For the last 5 years, I only get about 1. So the question is, will there be 1 this year? Just 1. So I always sneak up through here. And sometimes it's around on this side. Kind of a low area here where water runs in. There's some pheasant back on that log. I think I sat on that log the first year it broke off. Tied my shoes. Well, I don't guess there'll be 1 this year. I just dropped my, oh well, there you go. 2020, 1. This cottonwood tree just teases me every year with 1 more. There might be another one around if I drop my phone. Bye. This is another training video in the series called Find the Tree, Find the Morel. That elm tree still got little limbs up high, so it hasn't been dead as long. It doesn't have any bark that's flaked off all the way, but it is dead. There's no budding leaves at the top. So that means we go to that tree and look around the ground, maybe several feet away from the trunk, but we'll start out looking near the trunk. Several times this year, though, again, talking in terms of the big yellow ones, only found one. So even if we only find one, it's still... Now this is on a pretty nice bank, so if the water washes down the hill, I think there'd be more chance that some of them would be down the hill. They're just barely coming up through those oak leaves, but they're pretty big. So there's 3 under this tree at the moment. So I'm not going to rush over there. I'm going to check around my feet, check on downhill, check on out further away from the tree, because again, it is a pretty good size elm. Don't know why it's dying, but they do about this age. That's all for this unit. Bye for now. All right, just a quick follow-up. I just picked those 3 that I just videotaped and went walking around the bank all the way up to where, see, I stuck my stick in the ground. That's where there's one more. I'm about that far away from the tree. So that makes me think, I wonder if some other tree up above hill from it maybe didn't contribute also. But circle the wagon, look all the way around, take your time and look at it from all angles, but then move on to your next honey hole. A breath. I'm on my way back out of the woods. This old road bed has been grown over for years, but this may be my last video for 2020. Who knows? It's going to rain tonight, get down to 30 the next night. What a deal in May. But I'm just walking back to the truck, and off to the side I noticed a little tiny elm that's been dead way too long as far as I know. Sorry about moving the camera so fast. I'm not a cinematographer. Well, you know, I need a break from hiking up the hill anyway. So there it is, the tree that is. All right, let's see. Anything on the left? I'm building suspense here. Anything on the right? Now, I don't know what kind of tree is that, but I don't think it would have a mushroom under it. Oh, but I guess it will. One. Let me go down. Come at it from this other side. Yeah, that's pretty. Surely it's not all by itself. Maybe a different angle I can find another one. But I'm tired. I gotta go home. Bye for now. It's about wrapping up. Just crossed this creek and came up the bank, but I saw this elm tree over here that looks pretty good. So we'll check it out. It's dead, but not too far dead. Got a little drainage area here, some moisture going on. Green stuff is starting to get pretty tall. Oh, yeah, those are stretching up for the sun. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Walk gently, come around the back side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No use rushing it. Oh, up here on the bank, 4 more. So this elm tree here has been a good one this year. Thank you. Haven't checked the other side. Well, I'm wrapping up 2020. Just checking a few trees that gave me some last week, midweek. Finding a few here and there just to end the year. Came on into this part of the woods where I never have much luck, but I've never looked under sycamore that much. But the Facebook group said I should, so last year I started looking under sycamores. Sycamores way up high, the bark is smooth, slick, and white, but down low it's not. This whole area just looks too swampy to me. Well, surely there'd be more than one. But that's been the story this year. One here and one there. Every now and then I hit a few. Well, I'll turn off the camera, and this sycamore tree is now on my list to check each year. I've walked past it for years, but never looked under it very seriously. The sun's going down on 2020. So I'm checking a second sycamore tree. If I had luck under the first one. The first one was way over, I don't know if you can see it, way over there about 80 feet away. And I looked over here and saw another one. Boy, the underbrush under it is something else. Now there's a locust. They never grow under locust. This must be, well, I say they never do. I don't know that they do. This surely is because of the sycamore behind me. Oh, ouch. Oh, well, there's another one. These aren't too far gone. Or, I mean, haven't been up that long. Huh. All right, well, I can't hold the camera and look at the same time, so I'm assuming that big sycamore behind me, and then some water runoff, dropped some spores and all this stuff here. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. I'm trying to balance, not get stuck in the back by a limb. Huh, one there and one over there. At least I found two this time. But that's not going to make a meal by itself. Bye for now. All right, so this is that same sycamore tree over on the other side of these limbs is where I picked those two. I just found another one down here by my stick, little tiny one, and I thought, well, that's it. So the fun part is you turn around and get ready to leave, and there's one trying to make its way to the sunshine right through the sticks. That one's fresh. I may have to come back in a day or two, see if any more come up. Huh. All right, well, my daughter says I should always thank the tree. Thank you there, sycamore.